Welcome aboard here to Tallahassee Soccer Club Live. Andrew Jude Ben Grubbs, not only ever bringing you the action here today. Fun affair upcoming here. We're a little tight deadline. We had some alterations with some weather and some equipment we've been switching out, so thank you for bearing with us here in the short term. We're getting ready for the national anthem here. Special appearance by, I believe, the Marching Chiefs alumnus. So we're going to let you hit the sound here tonight. Our Lofty Pursuits Band, my mistake. Lofty Pursuits Band. So we're going to let them go for the national anthem here in just a moment before we get rolling here with this league competition here between two teams in the eastern side of the Gulf Coast Conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you, Lofty Pursuits Band. And thank you, Mike Slater, for leading that.
All right, and there you go, Lofty Pursuits Band. Shout out, a proud community member here for us. Doing an excellent job here for Tallahassee Soccer Club, giving you the action here tonight. So we're just moments away from kickoff. Here, your Tallahassee Battle Lions against the Valdosta Football Club here from just north of the border. Our closest opponent here in conference. And of course, things are getting kind of serious here, Ben. Second date with Valdosta. This time we brought them back to our place. So should be an exciting contest. Two Eastern Division foes. A reminder for those of you who are just joining us or are new to the program here. Of course, we will give respect here to the boys from Valdosta, but want to issue, as we always do, the trigger warning. This, of course, is a hometown broadcast here, provided for, organized by the Tallahassee Soccer Club community. So while we will give respect to Valdosta, don't get it twisted. This is a pro TSC operation, kind of similarly to what you would see when we send FSU personnel on the road, Ben, to go to the Super Regional out in Corvallis. There's the local radio station, which has their hometown broadcast. You can think of it just like that. Speaking of local radio, shout out to the crew at 93.3 Real Talk Radio, WVFT, coming aboard with us here for the simulcast in the greater Tallahassee area of this competition. So we're getting ready to get rolling as the starting lineups are out and about here for our squad. Injuries, the name of the game, and Ben, I'll be honest, I'm a little worried about this one. This is a fantastic opportunity for Valdosta to play the old trap card on us right here. We've got the big one coming up on Wednesday, the elusive one, the Cup of Cups, Tristan's Trophy, of course, the impacted molar. It goes by many names, Ben, but of course the A50 Cup final on Wednesday. So Valdosta coming in, we've already played them, took care of business up at their place, won by 5 goals, easily done so, but struggled in the first half and really couldn't kind of get organized, and I think Valdosta is angry. TSC's coming in, injury bug have hit our Battle Lions hard here lately, and it's been a little bit of a wild process here in that regard.
As you know, this will be a tough game for Tallahassee. You know, potentially looking ahead to that big game against Pensacola. And when you look at the table, Pensacola obviously tied for first with Tallahassee on 12 points. Tallahassee with the game in hand. So, you know, Tallahassee's got to be aware. They've still got to get through, take care of business tonight, so they don't have to go into that Pensacola game with momentum not on their side, coming off a loss for a game that, you know, if you look at the previous result, they should win tonight. But that's why you play the games. Let's see what Valdosta's got. They're out for revenge.
And that is indeed why they play the games, man. Great point here. So, of course, Valdosta going to be in their pink uniforms here tonight with the vertical stripes. They're going to be going right to left here in the first half. TSC, your boys, are going to be in the white tops with the gold bottoms, a new uniform combination here that we have yet to see out here tonight. And they'll go ahead and get us rolling. Valdosta's going to kick off. TSC still undefeated, still perfect so far here this season. 4 matches, 3 victories, and of course have a share of the spoils at the top of the table with Eastern Divisional opponent Pensacola. Of course, Pensacola will be here on Wednesday, the big one, coming up in the 850 Cup Final. But you cannot overlook Valdosta. This has all the makings of a big-time trap game. One of the top-of-the-table teams against current cellar dwellers here in Valdosta. Jonesing for their first result in a rematch, which they gave us a really tough contest in that opening half up at Valdosta to kick off the season. It was the franchise first match for Valdosta as we traveled up there. But we'll go ahead and cycle around the back. We have Santiago and Hunter going to be the center backs for us here today. Bennett Mitchell's going to split out as the left back. And, of course, over on this right-hand side, we're going to have Team Jerry start out the fullback here. So long ball played to Sato, one of the top goal scorers here for TSC, 3 on the season. Centering ball is going to be, that's Chamberlain in between the pipes here today for Valdosta. Able to scoop that one, so some good early second-minute action for your Tallahassee Soccer Club. Long ball played up over the far side. Going to need some pursuit here for Hunter as he's tracking back. Going back after it. We'll cycle back through here to Marcos, who's once again in between the pipes tonight wearing number 22, the Mount St. Mary's man. Of course, a busy week for the Tallahassee Battle Lions. Had the soccer camp here this week for the kids, so many of our players, the ones who aren't in the area, aren't working, went and helped out with the soccer camp there. Heard it went off swimmingly, though it was wild, as it always is when you're dealing with the age group. Heard great things from the soccer club this week with the camp with the youngsters here in the Tallahassee area. Warren fighting off a little pressure. We'll circle it back to Santiago. Tallahassee looking to build out of the back. Long ball going here for Jerry as he makes a run of the near side. Fighting after it does the Charleston man. Gets clipped by the keeper as he takes a tumble to the turf here in minute number 3. So Chamberlain gets after that one. Already his second save in just the 3rd minute of action. So like that we're testing here, Valdosta early. Visitors trying to build out of the back. It's going to be cut out well and poked free here as this one is going through. Cycle back around. Sato with a little pressure. Valdosta giving chase. A little bit of a miscommunication. Is on. Falls back towards the area. Sato. Jerry's going to pick up the loose one. Here as you have Sanchez centrally. A little 1-2 between Jerry and Sanchez, and that will be a little too strong here in minute number 4 and will be out of play. So goal kick to start us off as the late arriving crowd, of course, but we will keep an eye on conditions. Here's we thread this one through. So we had the stadium internet take some hits here. So we are operating off the old hotspot here today. So we apologize if it's not up to our normal quality. We are getting a hard recording of the match here tonight. So in the instance that something does go through where we do get disconnected, we will have the full video available up on demand. But hopefully it's coming with enough bandwidth for you here today. According to our metrics, it's enough to push it out, but it will be a little dicey here. Fitting for the weekend of a wild, sloppy, nasty summer weekend here in Tallahassee. Over on the far side, it's going to be scooped back up here by Warren. Squared it on back. And cycled around. Service on the way. Looking to go far side. Sato in the area. Long ball from Santiago. As we're also realizing the rosters are incorrect here. Centering ball from Mitchell. Going after Chamberlain. Sato in the area.
A little bit of afters there from the keeper. Get out of my space.
Yeah, he was not too inclined to have Sato creeping on in there.
Pass wide here to Jaimes. Looks to pass forward into midfield. Intercepted by Tallahassee. And then a little exchange of possession, shall we say.
Some friendly back and forth. Now at the top of the box here is going to be poked free there. Ciafini with the pressure there. Of course, good to have our guy Lucas back after serving the suspension against Mobile for getting the double yellow out in Pensacola. One was for on the field play. The second one was for the celebration. Coming off of the bench. And that's pretty much an automatic yellow. Threads it through here. Attacking spell is on. Bennett Mitchell centering. Ball looking for Sanchez in the middle of the park. And the Thomas University man just a stride off of that one. But great play from Mitchell. Coming far side to near side. Generating opportunities here for Tallahassee early.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the second or third time we've seen some action down that left side. Something to watch for the rest of the game.
So throw in here for Valdosta as we get to minute 7. Skied into the air here. Ciafini trying to dig this one out. Secondary ball won back by Braden Paul, who, talking about that celebration from the Pensacola game, he was the man who put it into the net. The lone goal for either team in that match last week. One reason why, or the reason why, Tallahassee still averaging 3 points per match. Little takeaway off a lazy centering ball there. It's going to be picked off by Santiago. He'll go a cycle around back to Marcos, the Argentinian keeper.
Good patient build up here by Tallahassee to start.
Indeed. So, bienvenidos a Tallahassee for our Spanish audience. Of course, the family of Marcos. So we have a couple Argentinian internationals with us. A nice picture of the world out here for Tallahassee. Bring the best from around the world, mix them with our local talent, give the fans out here at Cox Stadium a fantastic showcase, helping grow the game here locally. It's a long ball down the far side. There's one of our homegrown players, Bennett Mitchell. This one's going to be spilled out and will be a Tallahassee throw-in over on that far side. About 8 yards from goal depth-wise. Takes a throw-in with some heat on it to Warren. He's at the top of the box now, looking to center back in internally. And Valdosta is going to take away, but Ciafini rips from 25 yards out. Towers over the crossbar. And he'll be out for a Valdosta goal kick here in minute number 9 from Cox Stadium. Andrew Jute, Ben Grubbs, Nani Ali Everett bringing you the action here today. So welcome aboard, however you may be joining us. Being streamed on the National Soccer Network. Of course, Battle Lion Live here, TSC Live. And then, of course, local terrestrial radio 93.3 WVFT Real Talk Radio. Tallahassee tied 0-0 with the visitors from Valdosta. Tallahassee in a tie at the top of the table on points. And, of course, this is last place Valdosta. These two teams met earlier in the year. 7-2, the victors were Tallahassee. Cycle back around Santiago to Hunter. They've been a nice, consistent fullbacking duo here. Like Hunter's game. There's some service looking for Sato. Almost got through. Secondary ball is going to fall to Tallahassee. Sanchez on that one. Back to Sato. Here's Chetri. Trying to clear out of danger. Deflection back to Chamberlain. And it'll be scooped up by the keeper here, the 10th minute.
Yeah, nice to see Tallahassee. We've seen those long balls over to Mitchell. Nice to see him work it over on this right side a little bit, switch it up so Valdosta doesn't know where the next attack is coming from.
There you go. Absolutely. Headed back here to Hunter. Squared it back to Marcos. Of course, Marcos from Mount St. Mary's up there in Emmitsburg, Maryland, Frederick County. Small campus up there. We've got 3 Mount St. Mary's guys. Solid soccer program. They've got a campus roughly 1/20th of the size of Florida State. Roughly 1/9 the size of FAMU.
Yeah, I was about to say, what is 1/20th of Florida State? Is that Landis Green or?
Basically, yeah, what you would see on a typical weekday right around lunchtime on Landis Green. I think that would be an apt comparison for Mount St. Mary's. Nice little soccer facility up there. In order to get to the other side from like the main campus, you go under this tunnel, and they have this whole nice little athletic complex that goes underneath the highway. Pretty wild. Really nice campus out there.
Sounds pretty slick.
Indeed. So it'll be a corner kick. Here's an opportunity. These are the dangerous instances that bring you concern here. Valdosta not really getting much in open play, but an opportunity here with the ball set. Right-footed in swinger. Bunch of bodies in the box. Going back post. Little scissor kick on the back end of the 6-yard box. Dangerous, but luckily bounces up over the top, out of play.
Acrobatic, and it looks as though they're saying a Tallahassee defender got a piece of it.
Oh, so another corner opportunity. Valdosta did have some serious numbers forward there. I believe they had 7 players in the box for that last corner.
Got a player hiding behind the post.
It was stealth mode. So they got 5 in the box, 2 on top of the box. It's going to be one out well by Hunter. Sato and Chetri will deflect this one. Danger not done yet. Sanchez over the top of his head. Chetri trying to break out. Splits the double team. Does one of the other Mount St. Mary's men from Crofton, Maryland. Hesitation over here on the near side. Puts it back on his left foot. Centering ball to Sanchez. Rip from just inside 30. And Chamberlain will scoop it up.
Yeah, a couple early long-range efforts here from Tallahassee. Test the keeper, see what he's made of. Seems to be some good stuff from Chamberlain so far.
Yeah, absolutely. When conditions are wet, a little sloppy. Things are drying up here a little bit for the time being. But, of course, that turf stays slick. It doesn't build up the moisture like you see kind of standing water. It's actually really effective draining here for the type of turf that they have. But it stays slick. So you'll see players falling. You'll see keepers with a little bit tougher handling than you would think it would be. So something to keep an eye out here. Not currently actively raining. Spilled out. Here's Braden Paul, the Wacola Wonderkin, trying to drop this one off. Taken away here, Valdosta. Quick throw for them from the Azalea City. See, everybody gives themselves nicknames for these type of cities, right? And here's where we go problematic. We have 2 teams in our league currently that both go by the nickname of the Azalea City. That's the nickname for the city.
Mm-hmm.
Mobile and Valdosta. What happens when they play?
Well, we got Union 10 in the league as well. Who's Mobile and
Daphne.
Daphne, that's right.
Battle of the Bay going on today. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually later tonight. That should be an interesting one. We've got every team. Well, sorry, we've got 8 of the 9 teams in action today. So 3 other games will take place and will overlap with this one. Of course, most coming out of the central time zone, so we will have a overlap there tonight, which we'll get to a little later. So usually we have the ticker with the scores, so we'll try to do a little bit of scoreboard watching as those games start to lift off. Of course, we'll be piping through here. Sato on the long ball. Back to Paul. Nice delivery. Mitchell puts this one on the ground looking for Sanchez. And the Nighthawk just on the other side of that one. Of course, former Nighthawk, Joe Warren, squares this one on back, but it's going to be picked out here by Valdosta. A little bit of a wayward ball will be out for a TSC throw right in front of Coach V. Coach, for those familiar with the battle lines, since back in the day, Coach V. Voiles, who is the head man of Valdosta, was on the coaching staff for your Tallahassee Soccer Club. Back for that first season, back when they were playing in the GCPL.
The GCPL and the IM Fields.
There you go. They love their acronyms around here. Of course, the third league that Tallahassee's been a part of. Of course, we talk about the big one coming up on Wednesday. The frenemies from Pensacola been with us every step of the way. Another nickname for the big one is the 3-league throwdown, as this one spilled out of play will be for a Tallahassee throw-in. Quickly taken here. Sato's going to bring it down to Paul. Chasing after Valdosta down the far side. Ben, what do you think of the action so far? We're quickly already 1/6 of the way through this competition.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing, you can see it right now, Valdosta, their midfield is bunkered so deep, so you see whenever they clear the ball, there's no one upfield to get it back, so Tallahassee's just able to kind of, just bring wave after wave of attack. Well, it'll be interesting if Valdosta tries to come out of their shell a little bit and get into this game a little bit more. Or maybe, this is just the style of play they want to have tonight. They want to bunker, play on the counter, and try and snatch one.
Yeah, and this is a little bit of the approach we saw. Obviously, a lot of different personnel changes both sides, but this was,
hey.
Get him, Coach. Get him.
I could be out there.
You got to love the flex right there. Old JDC, year number 3.
Even the opposing coach has a wry smile.
There you go. They know. Long ball here to Chetri. Second one looking for Sanchez. Can't connect, so he'll circle back around. Looking for some service. He'll go into the box. Sliding effort from the Valdosta defense. Gets spilled out. Tallahassee is able to control. Circle back and try to build possession once again out of the back. Long ball looking here for Sanchez. Gets flicked through to Chamberlain. But, Ben, to your point, yeah, I think Valdosta, we saw this a lot of the first game. They did a really solid job of jamming up Tallahassee in that first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's very likely we could see this as kind of a repeat of that game because, in the first half you still got that. You got your legs under you. But as anyone who's played soccer knows, the longer you're having to defend, the more it wears on you mentally and physically. So bunkering teams in the second half, it can sometimes be difficult to hold out.
The battle of attrition. Regroup in here from Sato as he dives back up into the midfield. Chetri put it on his left, going front post. Keeper can't handle it. Too hot to handle. Danny Chetri, the pride of Crofton, Maryland, and it's a TSC goal! And your boys up early here. Danny Chetri, minute 18. Tallahassee with the advantage.
Yeah, we talked about they started off really attacking down that left side, but Chetri on this right is so dangerous. And just a nice little solo effort, cuts it in, absolutely rips it near post. Always, that's one of the most difficult spots to beat the keeper at because they're right there, but it just had so much power behind it. There was nothing that could stop Chetri's shot. Tallahassee leads 1-0.
Absolutely. Look to cycle this one back through, and some pressure there for Chetri right in front of the local news there. Shout out to the WCTV getting in on the action here today. We have a 1-0 advantage.
Now here's an opportunity for Valdosta to get some numbers forward. They're down a goal. Do they come out of their shell a little bit?
There you go. So where's the response here now going forward for you? So it's going to be dropped along the back line here. 50 yards here from frame. Out of play over on that far side. His coach looks up to the box with a smile. A nice little piece of class that we saw out from JDC out here. Like we said, year 3, and things have been off and rolling quite successfully since he took over the program. Of course, playoff berths in all previous 2 seasons, and things trending well.
I'd say tied for first is after 4 games is trending well.
Try to thread this one through. Ciafini to Sato. Sato flops it out here, looking for Chetri on the near side. It's going to be spilled out for a TSC throw.
Important to note as well, and we talked about this in the last game against Mobile, Pensacola with the game in hand on 12 points. So, Tallahassee gets this win. They should theoretically have 3 more points than Pensacola, but also the goal difference. Pensacola comes into the night plus 15. TSC with that goal by Chetri, now plus 15 in a tight season. In a game like this where you can put 5, get a plus 5 in the goal difference column, you might want to start piling it on because it could come in handy for playoff seeding.
There you go.
So you don't want to rest on your laurels with this lead.
Absolutely, especially with the big one coming up here. As James will take the throw in for Valdosta over here on this near side. We're number 28. It's going to be poked free. Sato able to recover it, squares it on off to Braden Paul. Overlapping run here for Bennett Mitchell. Able to slide this one through. He puts it back for Paul. Flicked onward. Sanchez looking for Sato. Inside the box corner, the 6. And the left-footed effort. It gets through here for Tallahassee as they put on another one. So in the next couple minutes, Tallahassee nets 2, doubles the delight. Mirai Sato, good for a TSC goal! Here, minute 22, and Tallahassee doubles their delight early.
Right as I was just about to note that Valdosta was starting to push their midfield a little forward to try and get back in the game, and that's good for them to try and get back in the game, but it's going to leave some gaps for Tallahassee. And sure enough, a little direct football right down the middle of the field, and Sato takes full advantage. His 4th goal of the season, now tied with a certain Mr. Perry for the Golden Boot.
There we go. Yeah, 4th one of the season here. Of course, Perry not in the lineup here tonight. Pressure here from Tallahassee. There's Chetri on the takeaway, trying to thread through traffic. Able to carve this one out, centering ball going for the back post. Sago going to try to track this one back. Fresh off the goal, does well to keep it in bounce. Does the University of Hawaii Hilo man. Shot on the ground there from Paul. It's going to be deflected out here from Valdosta. Squared off and looking to roll here is Valdosta on the counterattack. Got numbers forward, some personnel in place, and they're able to launch it out of the danger zone and back here. Dropped off, settled by Warren. Squared off here for Team Jerry Santiago. And all the way back to Marcos. Tallahassee will look to build out of the back. So after no goals here for the first, over the first 1/6 of the game, we have 2 in the last 3 minutes here for Tallahassee. Of course, that 2-0 advantage based on goal differential would put them currently top of the table if current results hold. Of course, we got the out-of-town games upcoming, so want to keep an eye on those.
Yeah, currently Pensacola is not kicking off till 8:15 Eastern time. So currently Tallahassee's number 1.
Mm-hmm. So throw in coming here for Tallahassee. Santiago to Hunter. Swinging around the back end as they get out of the defensive half. Long ball service looking for Chetry. Once again, he's on top of the box. Keeper's off the line. Collision, Chamberlain and Chetry. And they're going to default to the keeper here as he'll serve this one up. And it looks like the offside flag. Good catch, Ben. Oh, it was for the collision there. But looking to pull him back. Square back here to Chamberlain, who's been busy back there between the pipes here for Valdosta. To the defenseman, Devergel. Try to build out of the back a little bit. Some words from Coach V, if you can see down here at the near sideline, live hockey style in-game coaching at the moment.
Yeah, you can see Valdosta's trying to hold a slightly higher line. We'll see how this works out for them. Tallahassee's got a lot of speed they can use to take advantage of that extra space in behind.
Drop back around, and this one can be threaded through, but cut off here successfully by Valdosta over on the far side. Throw in from Bennett Mitchell, going to go all the way back to Hunter, back on the defensive half, just outside the center circle here for the Leon County Schools. Santiago will cycle back around, and Marcos will take the air out of the ball a little bit as Julian wants to make sure everybody gets back on side and organized, and we can reset all these runs. Direct service there from Marcos. Secondary ball going to be landed here by Warren in the attacking half. Bennett Mitchell able to pick this one up. Braden Paul tries to poke it through. Tries to turn out of it. Good step there by Paul, but it'd be out for a Valdosta throw about 35 yards from goal over on the far sideline. So far, impressive look here for your Battle Lions, looking to stay perfect on the 25 campaign. Last touch by Tallahassee. I was going to say, I thought it was Valdosta. It looked like Rudolph wanted to take the throw in there.
Not fooling this ref.
Yeah, but they rolled him on back. Sato puts it back on his right-hand foot. Tried a little behind the back cut there. He's going to be picked out by Rudolph. Steps into a challenge here with Sanchez. It'll be spilled out of play for a Valdosta throw. Of course, Valdosta wearing the all-pink here tonight. Going south to north geographically. Right to left on your screen, as you can see, or on your radio dial if you're joining us here on 93.3 Real Talk Radio. Weaving through traffic. Over on that far side is Valdosta. Looks like Nozawa. He's going to be taken down. Collision there with Sanchez. Right about 30 yards out on that far side. Right on the 20-yard line on the football field.
Tallahassee going super aggressive. All but one player seems to be within about that. Oh, you see Chetry dropping back, but still.
Drop back into cover two here, Ben.
Eight players going forward.
Surgeon.
Not resting on their laurels.
No, absolutely. That's a mindset you got to keep here. Got to try to climb, keep climbing the table.
And you can't see it on our camera, but Marcos is inside the center circle, still in his own half, but everyone's getting forward.
Barely. Service. Ciafini. Sato gets a pretty good look at it, and he disappointed in himself. You can see it there. Solid opportunity on the back post there for Tallahassee.
Yeah, went up for it, and he was there, but just couldn't redirect it on goal.
Early substitution coming here. Caleb Illestein. We talked about being in the center circle. Marcos was just on top of that Rickards Raiders logo. Of course, the Rickards Raiders player, Illestein, coming in for Braden Paul here with a rare early substitution here, minute 29.
Nice round of applause from the crowd.
Hey, you got to hope that Paul's okay, because it's a very rare early substitution. Of course, some lower league soccer clubs, you have the rolling substitutions where you can come back into the game. But if you make a full-blown substitution, unless there is accommodations for a head injury, as most leagues have a head injury concussion protocol substitution allowable for players, but it looks like Paul may be done here for the day. Drops it back to Chamberlain, up over the top here. Minute 29 from Gene Cox Stadium. Tallahassee Soccer Club up 2-0. Warren squares it off to Jerry. Chetri in the areas. We have service back post. Ciaffini gets his head to it. Looks to be last touched by the keeper, and ref agrees. So to be out for a corner kick over on the far side.
Yeah, Chamberlain tried to protest that he did not touch it. The referee disagreed.
Yep. So Ellenstein looked to take a corner, but will give way to Chetri as they try to establish a unified formation. Once again, TSC throwing numbers forward. 5 in the box, 2 on standby in the area. Now 6 in the box. Service from Chetri going right to the back post. Sato again gets a look. Unsuccessful there. As we have a water break here, we're going to take a quick stoppage of play here for TSC Live. So thanks for coming aboard, however you may be joining us. We're going to run some quick commercials here for you. Come back on the other side of the break. More first half action here from Gene Cox Stadium. Battle Lions up by 2 on Valdosta.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
Let's face it, our lives are busy, whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match.
And we're back here from Gene Cox Stadium. Sorry to cut in on our buddies from Blue Coast Federal Credit Union, but we have to get back to the action here from Gene Cox Stadium. Tallahassee leading by 2. Here as we are minute 33 from the home of Gene Cox Stadium. Andrew Jukbank, Grubbs, Natalie Everett bringing you the action here. Of course, on TSC Live, the National Soccer Network, and local radio here, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, WVFT. Fun contest here so far tonight. TSC putting in a couple goals. Chetri in the 19th. Sato in the 22nd minute here for Tallahassee.
Little pullback there by Jerry, and the referee has spotted that and awarded a free kick to Valdosta. Chance for them to get some numbers forward. We've seen them push up, down 2 goals. They want to get back in this game. Good opportunity to do that right now. Let's see if they boot it long or try and establish some possession.
Absolutely. So, of course, the near side just in their defensive half with Wise. It's in between the football and the soccer field, so way out wide. He'll play it on the ground here to start, controlled by Mata. It'll be picked off here by Tallahassee. Sato and Warren's going to scoop this one out. It's going to be deflected out of play, last touched by Valdosta.
Little showcase of juggling by some sideline personnel. Everyone's getting in on the action.
Yeah, when you get the opportunity, you got the crowd, right? Show it off. Let's go.
You're live on YouTube, and they can't see you on 93.3 Real Talk Radio, but they can hear us talk about your excellent sideline exploits. So why not do it?
They can feel it. It's
Yeah.
all about the vibe, Ben. They can feel the vibe. For reals. So it'll be a throw in here for Valdosta, or a free kick, sorry, going back the other way. Once again, down here near the sideline, minute 35. Valiant battle here for Valdosta. And how about this little glory run up the center of the park here by Mata. Spills it on out to the perimeter. Nozawa centering ball is going to be cut out well there by Jerry. And nice cleanup here by the Charleston man. Gets it up to the top line. Sato's decleated. They say play on over the top. The flag currently down. Sanchez going to go into the box. Right-footed rip across frame. And it'll go a little wayward out for a corner kick. Or excuse me, a goal kick here for Valdosta.
Yeah, good effort there, just when he went to strike it under pressure and just hooked it a tad too much.
So a dangerous circumstance there, and it all started just on a nice takeaway and push by Jerry Azayue. So we have Sato down here ever since the collision, holding his foot. Center ref's going to help him up.
No card that I saw for that.
So we cycle back around the collision. Here is Sato trying to come back to get the ball. Trying to be the more aggressive one of the two, scooping it up. Picking up a couple extra feet in the process. All part of the gameplay here. Valdosta trying to build out of the back. It's going to be taken away. TSC, a real opportunity. Sato shot on goal. Deflection. Secondary one. And really well done by Chamberlain. Initial save and the deflection. Sanchez tried to rocket it home off the turf, but the keeper up to the task. And the man in all green is going to keep us at 2-0 here for the time being.
Sports Center top 10, anyone? That was an excellent double save.
Yeah. That was naughty. Sanchez pokes it free back to Warren. And a couple of those Georgia boys going up to school in Thomas University. Of course, inflicting some pain on Valdosta right there with a couple of physical collisions. Of course, that's always been kind of an interesting development here. Now that we've got two teams in South Georgia and Tallahassee being so close to the border, very regional, it's almost like a battle for talent from Thomas University. Long ball right to LSD. One time tries to chip over the top with a little touch, but a little too strong. And not to beat Chamberlain on that effort, but good little spring free here of the youngster from Rickards over on the far side, and he is a great young talent here for the Tallahassee Soccer Club.
Absolutely, and love taking an early shot. I'm always a fan of that. You know, the goalkeeper and defenders haven't gotten a chance to get sets. You get that little element of surprise.
Absolutely, trying to catch him napping, excuse me. Dumped out of play here. Valdosta trying to get some clearance over on this near side. Jerry looking to cycle this one around. Back to Santiago. And Marcos is in the area. Save a couple corner kicks. Hasn't been very busy as Marcos. So he's trying to get up and get involved in this action here, Ben. As we go minute 38. Ball in the center of the park, inside the center circle to Sato. Elistine over the top, a nice little touch chip over to Bennett Mitchell. Sanchez now circling around, trying to pick it off of his foot. Mitchell coming near side, picked up by Ziafini. Coming in waves are Tallahassee. Chetri, centering ball, Sato! Offside flags up.
I love the casual hold the offside flag and still casually kick it away there from Chamberlain.
Yeah, man. He's got all the feelings of old school keeper there.
It's a one-man highlight reel back there.
Yeah, they're keeping him busy. I don't know what his next journey is or what his typical scenarios, but he'll definitely have an opportunity to get some clips out of this one. Elistine off the secondary ball. Sato settles this one. Ciafini one times it to Warren over on the far side, 30 yards from goal. And the big Englishman now with a step forward towards the box is going to be poked free by Valdosta. Sent long is going to be locked back in Tallahassee as they're trying to put the lid on this thing. 50 yards and in. They want control. Drop back off. Spun back around. Warren. Elistine through ball really well. Mitchell trying to get the centering ball. Chamberlain's there at the near post. And he'll touch it out of play. Should be a Tallahassee corner, but they say goal kick. Must have been over the line from the referee. So we'll get it started once again here. Minute 40 as we creep in on halftime.
Some bold passing across the 6-yard box there from Valdosta.
Got to be careful. Valdosta was able to sneak a goal in the 45th minute last time that these two teams played up north of the border. They were able to get one just before the halftime break. A goal Valdosta's way could really change the feel of this match.
Oh, absolutely, especially right before the half in a tight game. We've seen them try and push up. That would reward their efforts, probably get them to get on the front foot more and push Tallahassee back.
Through ball on the ground. Nice little underlapping run for Jerry's got Sato in the middle. Elistine square to deflect to Elistine. Has Mitchell on the outside. Nice little crafty through ball to Jerry. Centering ball to Sato. And kind of in between touch and trap there. Here, tough one for Sato to deal with. It'll be out of play for a goal kick. Of course, Sato's been dangerous, man. Obviously all season, but especially here tonight, generating some chances.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the scoreline 2-0. Obviously very good for Tallahassee to have a multi-goal lead, but this could easily be 4 goals if not for the heroics of Chamberlain and a couple passes that were just half a foot here or higher or lower, just a little bit, not as far in front.
Yep. As Warren wins the header, Chetri over here on the near side. We'll go back into the Tallahassee half, cycle this one around. On over to Hunter from Chico State. Ciafini squares it off to collegiate teammate Danny Chetri. Now with a full head of steam, 30 yards out. It's going right down Main Street, spills it out to Sato. Outside of the box is Warren, centering ball into the box. But the Valdosta keeper will scoop it up off the turf. Chamberlain up to the challenge. Of course, in no rush is Chamberlain here, minute 42. Want to go direct and long here. Looking for Nuzawa. Collision at the top of the box. Referee says get up and play on. And Tallahassee will gladly do so. Santiago to Ciafini. A lot of heat on that one. Valdosta's going to pick it off. An opportunity on the counter. Right at Marcos. Deflection. He's all by his lonesome, so he'll scoop that one up from the turf in his purple keeper jersey.
Yeah, good effort there by Nazawa, but I think if he had to do that one over again, maybe play in Surma, who was making a wide-open run down the right side of the box.
We can run on the outside of the box. Here's Elistine with a little hesitation. Deflection off Valdosta towards goal, but will be spilled out of play for a Tallahassee corner over on the far side. The southeast corner. For those of you tuning in on the radio here for 93.3, Chetri will saunter over to take this one. Quickly taken on the ground to Ciafini as they set up a little 1-2. Service now long going back post. Has a player on the back. And onside. Good to go. Flip from Santiago. And it's a TSC goal. 3-0. Here for Tallahassee, minute 43.
Yeah, great header there by Santiago with the near post. Probably caught the goalkeeper by surprise. We love it when we take the opponent by surprise and get a good goal. We just talked about, could Valdosta get a goal right before the half? Maybe flip the script and get back into it, and Tallahassee slams the door.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you have that 2-goal advantage, the next goal always the key. Does the opponent get back into it, or do you widen the gap a little bit Love to see it here for Tallahassee go up by a triple heading towards the break. 44th minute, Chetri, Sato, Santiago, now your goal scorers here on the Saturday night affair here for Tallahassee on the 7th of June. Second match already at home here in June. Had the Sunday affair against Mobile. 4-1 was that score.
First goal of the season for Santiago.
There you go. Crease the sheet, man. Get him in the race. You got to get him a starting block now. Ellis team pokes this one free. Opportunity here. Splits a double team. Able to catch that one. Little heel click. But referee says play on.
Seems to be a theme from the referee tonight. No, he's gonna let him play out there.
Let it ride. Sliding effort here by Ciaffini. Secondary, third slide. Try to chop in here. Glory run from Mata. Spilled on out to the perimeter, and the offside flag is up. Dangerous positioning there. Jesus Daniel with a really nice run here near side. Centering ball, but the offside flag is up luckily here for Tallahassee. That one was threatening at the back post.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Valdosta. You haven't had a lot of opportunities to get forward. You finally get something through. Oh, we might have an opportunity. And the referee raises that darn flag.
So it looks like Marcos is going to come out here and take this one. Here about 30 yards from goal. Keep this one on the ground. Through ball gets here to Warren. And the Englishman squares it on off for Hunter. Nice little chip on the round to Bennett Mitchell. Nice little individual class there by the former Leon Lyon. A little back and forth here with Warren. Now in dangerous attacking territory. Elistine down the far side. And they say whole ball goes over the boundary there. So it'll be out for a Valdosta kick here as we get into stoppage time of the first half. Secondary ball falling for Ciaffini here. Back to Warren. Cycle back through for Santiago. Hunter, Mitchell now in the attacking half of the field. Centering ball to Sato, 35 yards from goal. He rips from 30, deflected. He's got wild spin. Going to Ciaffini. Ellistine's able to keep it in play. Attack still on here for Tallahassee. Dropped on to Ciaffini. Square ball here to Warren. 45 yards from goal. Now back to 35 yards from goal. Nice little step fake here from Chetri. Tried to go 1-2 with Warren, but Valdosta able to step in front. Mata will break that one up. It'll be a throw in here for Tallahassee.
Last call for any kids wearing their Battle Line soccer shirts meet in the north end zone near the food trucks to be recognized on the field at halftime.
So Jerry going to take a quick throw in. No, he'll pull it back. Got us. Long one flipped on by Santiago. Sato trying to establish some positioning here. Corner the 18. And that's a full hand. That's what I thought was going to see some cartage there, but just a free kick here at the corner of the 18. Once again, they say.
Yeah, no card. And, we talked about the referees letting stuff go, but it's tough to let go holding the guy up and throwing him down.
Yeah, that was not quite a soccer play that you see.
Be interesting to watch on this free kick. We've seen the keeper beaten twice at the near post. Do we go there again?
Ciaffini looks intent. The righty trying to wrap around and trying to sneak it into near post. But he'll serve. Going back post, towering one, looking for Warren. Luckily, last touch by Valdosta. A little bailout there for the Battle Lions, potentially. I don't know if they would have gotten on the end of this one. They quickly take the corner just in case before the ref blows for halftime as we're creeping up. Ciaffini from 25 sails it over the crossbar, and that is the halftime whistle. So as we head to the break, 3-0 advantage for your Battle Lions. Goals by Chetri, Sato, Santiago. The difference here tonight will take us into the break. Any thoughts here, the first half of action, Ben?
Yeah, interesting to watch. Valdosta, they started off bunkering deep, and then they gave up the goals. They just couldn't retain possession enough to put Tallahassee on the back foot, and Tallahassee took advantage. We're going to have the ball. We're going to score. So then we saw Valdosta try and push up more, just left more space for Tallahassee to come in and snatch that third goal, which is how they lead 3-0 at the half.
There you go. Absolutely. So we're going to jump out, do some radio business and streaming business for our sponsors who have been supporting us here this season. So words from them upcoming, but we're in halftime. Be back in about 15 minutes here for the second half action here from Gincock Stadium. Andrew Eubank Grubbs, Natalie Everett bringing you the TSC Live Game of the Week. Be back shortly.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. With a patient-centered approach and unparalleled orthopedic and sports medicine care, our team of 70-plus physicians and providers are here to help you live a healthy and active lifestyle. With over 225,000 patient visits a year and servicing North Florida and South Georgia, you can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. You can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, Our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. With a patient-centered approach and unparalleled orthopedic and sports medicine care, our team of 70-plus physicians and providers are here to help you live a healthy and active lifestyle. With over 225,000 patient visits a year and servicing North Florida and South Georgia, you can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
From getting back in the game to getting back to exploring all this life has to offer, our dedicated team is here for you every step of the way. You can trust TOC for all of your orthopedic needs.
Let's face it, our lives are busy. Whether we are picking up kids from soccer or sharing some family time watching a match, we don't have time to waste. That's why Blue Coast Federal Credit Union fits seamlessly into your busy life. With our convenient mobile app, online banking, and personalized service, managing your finances has never been easier. Join us today and experience a new wave of banking with BCFCU. Learn more by scanning the QR code below. BCFCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Is your auto loan interest rate burning a hole in your wallet? It's time to cool down your payments with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, when you refinance your auto loan with BCFCU, you'll enjoy a full 1% discount off your current interest rate. But wait, there's more. Is your vehicle out of factory warranty? Are you upside down in your loan? You can get an extra 0.20% APR discount when you add vehicle warranty and another 0.20% APR discount when you include gap insurance. That's a potential total savings of 1.40% off your current rate, all while gaining the peace of mind of warranty coverage for those unexpected repairs. Already have your car loan with BCFCU? We haven't forgotten you. For a limited time, add an extended warranty to your existing loan and receive a $200 discount off the price. And the best part? You can do this without changing your monthly payment, your loan terms, or even having to refinance. Plus, every loan done at BCFCU helps our community. We donate $5 to a local nonprofit charity each and every month for every loan we fund. Don't let high interest rates get you down. Visit mybcfcu.com today to learn more, apply, and see how you can cool off your auto loan rate with with Blue Coast Federal Credit Union. That's mybcfcu.com. BCFCU, federally insured by NCUA. Member must be approved under normal credit qualifications. Minimum finance charge of 2.99% APR.
All right, welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium. Apologies to our friends at Visit Tallahassee. Getting ready to get going, so we got to get back to it here. 3-0 advantage for your Battle Lions here to start the first half of action. Ben, for those of you who are just coming aboard with us, what would you say to them off a quick little recap, or what was kind of the feel of the game so far?
Yeah, well, you missed 3 goals, that's for sure. You missed 3 exciting Tallahassee goals. Got to tune in earlier next time, catch the whole broadcast. But yeah, good start from Tallahassee. A 19th minute goal, quickly followed by a 22nd minute goal. So Tallahassee was on it right from the start. Valdosta started playing kind of deep, but once they began to concede and realized, no, we gotta score some goals to get back into this, they began pushing forward a little bit, and then that's when Tallahassee was still creating chances, was able to get that 3rd goal right at the 43rd minute on the cusp of halftime, and that's how we're at 3-0.
Absolutely, and we are off and rolling. So getting ready to start second half here. So Battle Lions will be on your right-hand side, going right to left. Here in half number 2, of course, have the white tops and the gold bottoms. Over on the other side, Valdosta got to be in their all-pink uniforms here, going left to right on your screen. Of course, for those of you who are joining us, thank you for doing so. Whether you're on the National Soccer Network, whether you're on TSC Live, whether you're tuning in here at 93.3 Real Talk Radio in the Tallahassee area, thank you. Andrew Jupe, Ben Grubbs, Natalie Everett bringing you the action here today. The visitors from the Azalea City changing the keeper here at the break. Of course, trying to carve themselves out of a 3-0 deficit here to your Battle Lions. Of course, 3 goals scored all season, Ben. They'll have to match their season total here to try to steal a couple points away from the Battle Lions here at home.
Yeah, and if they're going to do that, it's probably going to come from one of 3 players for Valdosta, Jesus Daniel, Josh Thomas, and Amos Surma. They've got those are their 3 players, each with 1 goal.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, of course, scored 3 goals all season. 2 of them were in that matchup against Tallahassee. So looking at it that way, they a little bit kind of have Tallahassee's number as far as being able to score, but we'll see what the second half has here in store for us. Of course, we do have a couple other games going on here today, which have just kicked off or are getting ready to kick off, so we'll try to tune into there. Pensacola is at Gulf Coast tonight. That one kicking off basically now. Gaffa is at Pensacola, the Academy team. They kicked off at 7:30 allegedly. And, of course, Battle of the Bay, Mobile and Union 10 going at it. Scheduled kickoff to be 8:15 on that one. So I know Pensacola is pretty reliable on their streams. So we'll see if we can't pop this one up and get a scoring update for you for the Pelicans, who we can see are live. And according to their score, Pensacola up 2-0 on Gaffa right now. Of course, that is the Academy as well. So the junior team, as it were, the Academy team, as the keeper gets an early touch here for Valdosta. Looking to send this one off. Sorry.
Playing with fire there. Almost got blocked there by, I believe that was Sato.
Sato, number 19.
Number
Yep.
19.
Got the green cleats, firing it up. Yeah, he's been a fun player, of course, first year with the Battle Lions from University Hawaii Hilo. Over there on the Big Island, the east side of the Big Island. One of the 2 big cities over there. Of course, Hilo within Hawaii County. Hawaii County on the Big Island of Hawaii. Very straightforward. No confusion there.
Absolutely not.
That all makes sense. Of course, they play in Division II out in the Big West Conference. Do the Vulcans. Sweet coloration. So they got the sharp red uniforms. The Vulcans. I like that localized mascot. Joe Warren now here on the offensive spill. Tries to flip it on over the top. Goes a little over the end line. They're here in the 47th minute. He'll be out for a Valdosta goal kick. So we're trying to get the number. Not seeing a number on the keeper jersey here.
Yeah, it's just solid blue on the back.
Definitely not Chamberlain. That we can confirm. So throwing over here for Valdosta. They're about 45 yards from goal over on the far side. Is it settling into a pretty nice night here south side of Tallahassee? Of course, we had some storms on and off all day, all weekend, really. Thunderstorms, some nasty weather. Celestine tries to get this one through to Sanchez. It'll skate through back to the new Valdosta keeper. So if you know who's in between the pipes, shot on target there for Tallahassee. Does the flag stays down? It does. Elistine with a TSC goal here. And that's going to be number 1 for Elistine on the season.
Yeah, great job there by Elistine. Little confusion at the back there for Valdosta. Defender gets caught on the ball. Elistine takes full advantage with a powerful curling. Not a super curling, but it had just enough to get around their new goalkeeper. And Tallahassee now has a 4-0 advantage, goals on either side of the halftime break. Tallahassee is cruising at this point.
Absolutely, and able to kind of pinch that corridor for last couple minutes of that first half and then the first couple minutes of the second half. And that's how you get to a secure 4-0 lead here for Tallahassee. Cruising here early in this second half. Of course, they got to be running out of smoke here soon as they pop the smoke for all the goals. We get ready to go back at it.
Battle Line Battalion already chanting, "We want 5."
Battle Lions goal, scored by number 20.
Battle Lions. Old Fields Battalion never satisfied there, Ben. Never satisfied.
It's that kind of mentality that gets you top of the table.
There you go, yes. As it will stand if we go to the live table, that would be true. Santiago will get this one back. Okay, so who had the better flip off the goal, Ben? Santiago, who scored the third one in the 43rd, or Elistine, who got the later one here, 48th minute, number 4?
I'm going with Elistine. I think he landed on one foot.
Hey,
A
had a
little
nice
extra
little
degree of difficulty.
There you go, a little turnout there. Yeah, I'm not mad at it there.
So, you know, with the Tallahassee Reckoning, we've got the crossbar challenge. Maybe for the Battle Lions, we could have a backflip challenge.
Yeah, some kind of flip going. As Elistine's loose in the secondary once again. It seems like gets back under the control. Thought about having a rip Sato in the area, but he'll circle this one back around. The UA Jerry service back post looking for Mitchell, but the keeper does well to cut that one out.
Yeah, good ball in. You had a runner at the back post, but it's just a little too close to the keeper. It's Bennett Mitchell who was making the run. If the keeper doesn't get there, Mitchell has a good opportunity at goal.
Yeah, Mitchell looking to cruise the sheet for the season as well. Everybody trying to get on the board here, Ben. Once the party starts going around, you want to try to jump on the wagon.
Yeah, we've already had 2 Tallahassee players open their accounts for the season, making that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Tallahassee players who've gotten on the score sheet this season. Can we get to 13?
There you go. Of course, came into the day with 18 goals, 4 now up to 22 for the squad. Sato trying to go back and make another deposit to the account, Ben.
Yeah, and you see Valdosta, you bring a new keeper in there, you may have some growing pains, some communications issues. We'll see if they can get that ironed out.
Yeah, of course, you come in, you try to get the feel of the game, but the first 6 minutes he's been in, it's been a total assault here from Tallahassee. Couple attempts, goal in the back of the net as Chetri is going to take this one out wide. Secondary ball is going to be landed by Warren. Nice little fake step there. Back to Santiago. Trouble with pressure coming from the front line of Valdosta. Centering ball here. Look to spin out of it. And get back to the back line and try to build out of the back. Coming here near side, looking for some long ball service into the attacking half for Valdosta. All the way up on the fringe of the box is going to be Marcos, but he's in fantastic position. So he'll roll it down here to Hunter, who will get it going to Warren, to Santiago. On back to Marcos. Cycling around. Back to Marcos inside the box. Lone pressure there. Jesus Daniel, one of the goal scorers against Tallahassee in their first matchup. Looming in the area dangerously, Ben. Waiting for Tallahassee to slip up.
Yeah, and I like seeing this from Valdosta. Down 4-0, could easily just bunker in. All right, let's get out of here. But no, they're keeping players high up. They're still here to play.
Long ball looking for Chetri. Elistine also in the area coming in late. Sato wins. The secondary ball is going to be chested down. Trying to thread around here is Sanchez. And falls to the turf, but ref's not going to entertain that one. Get some jeers from the hometown crowd.
Yeah, I think that one might be worth a second look on the old video assistant referee. But the referee, as we've said, he's going to let it go. We've only seen very few fouls called. One of the few ones it took physically holding a guy up and throwing him down to get a call from this referee.
Absolutely. Quickly brought back into play. Valdosta is going to pick it off here in their defensive half. Now going towards midfield, cutting back against the grain. Some direct play centrally and a little bit of miscommunication by the front line. They almost had the ball settled in there attacking third, but he's going to be knocked out of position and spilled out of danger. Sanchez is going to be pressured there here by Rudolph. No ball taken there, so the ref going to give him a warning, it looks like.
Yeah, little sharp shoulder check to the back there from Rodolfi. No real attempt on the ball there. Easy call for the ref.
Out wide, Jerry in the flank position, trying to put it back on his left. Centering ball, tough one to deal with from 20 yards out. Skips into the keeper and surely handled.
Yeah, and as we talked about, it's been raining a lot here this week, so the turf is pretty slick. So good hands from the keeper there. As we talked about the ref letting things go, and what's that? 3 calls in 60 seconds.
Lies.
It feels like.
Lies, Ben.
Stop making us commentators look like fools.
Yeah, that's what they do. Of course, it'll be a free kick here, 50 yards out as we get into the 55th minute. An opportunity for Valdosta on the set play to get some numbers forward, trailing 4-0. Thanks for coming aboard. However, you may be joining us here this evening. Service is going to get to about 10 yards out. Back of the 6-yard box with Wise. Valdosta now locking it in. Some rare touches in the attacking third for the visitors. Drop back off 50 yards from goal now as the entire team but the keeper is within 55 yards of frame here for the visitors.
And then probably a first for Valdosta tonight. Every field player in the opponent's half.
There you go, taking away and looking to be dumped in centrally. Sato, Elistine on the back, scoops this one out, gets a touch to it, but secondary defenders, the reinforcements, scooping it away here for Valdosta. Cleared out of danger initially. Vega, the target on the front line near midfield, but Tallahassee does well to win this back very quickly. Warren tries to thread the through ball, knocked out by the visitors, and it'll be spilled out of play. Last touch by Valdosta. So throw in here for Tallahassee. Treachery thought about taking it quickly, but we'll slow things down, give it back here to Jerry as they'll cycle around, get things organized. So Tallahassee 40 yards from goal. Backtrack it here to Santiago onto their defensive half. Squared off to Hunter. Now back in the attacking half. The northern half, if you will. Sato right down Main Street. Offside flag stays down, but tough to handle. There as he's making his run centrally. Over the shoulder. Outstretched. Tried to turn that one back in, but skips into Valdosta's keeper.
Yeah, tough to control that one in the air, over your shoulder. That's tough for even your top-level professionals to make that play.
There you go. So out of play, throw in here for the visitors. It's Mata handing it off here to Rudolph. As we were talking, seemingly as a joke here, Ben, to see if we would get our third consecutive red card, not necessarily for Tallahassee, but in the minor league soccer scene. The last game for Tallahassee and the other previous pre-professional game that we did, both had red cards, so we're seeing if we can go 3 in a row here. And not a lot of cards so far. Collision at midfield here. And referee looks like he wants to issue a verbal warning, but if he's to be taken seriously, I think he's got to go into the book here shortly, and it looks like he'll do just that on Valdosta. Sauntering 20 yards from the spot of the foul to hand off the yellow. And when the player turns his back and shows his number, we'll be able to attribute that yellow card to him. But you're saying number 12?
Vickers,
Ben?
yeah.
Vickers with the yellow card there, so we can throw it up. Valdosta with the infraction.
Yeah, two real physical challenges here from Valdosta. Maybe a bit much being down 4-0.
But they're still fighting, you know. It's a part of it. Things are naturally going to get a little chippy down the stretch here. And that's pretty typical, not the chippiness, but the aggressiveness and fighting through here of a Coach V-led team. So you do like to see the contest here from Valdosta to keep fighting because they're about halfway through the campaign. Of course, a little bit of a rough start here for a first-year franchise thrown into the cauldron here for the League for Clubs here in the Gulf Coast Conference. Gave Pensacola Academy really tough contest out west earlier this week. Shot on target. Nice rip by Sanchez. Dealt with here by Valdosta. Rebound's going to fall to Sato. Spill it out to Elistine. Outside of the box here on the near side. 10 yards out from goal. Corner of the 18 now. Bennett will retreat and backheel it here to Elistine. Looking for a quick little 1-2. And, of course, in no rush is Tallahassee. They'll swing it on back around. Santiago now taking some space. 3 players in the box here for Tallahassee. Centering balls dealt with by Rudolph. Tried to circle back around is Mitchell. He'll dribble 20 yards out to cycle around. Pressure still on from Tallahassee, but it's deflated. Now Valdosta looking to break out. Full head of steam going down the near sideline. It's just a hero's run by Mata, but dealt with really well by Hunter.
Yeah, excellent sliding tackle. Perfectly timed. No foul. Clean as you like. Excellent tackle there by Hunter.
Valdosta to start quickly. Gets it rolling, and once again, some touches here in the attacking third. They're 25 yards from goal. A little bit of hesitation here from Valdosta, centering ball, but good close there by Jerry to shut it down. And I believe it'll be a throw-in on the near sideline, but Tallahassee's going to go ahead and make a couple of substitutions. So it looks like number 18, George Roberts, on the way in, and, of course, number 17, the speedster, Mo Gibert. So Sato will come out. So number 19 takes a seat. Number 18 is in. And then, of course, Joe Warren also going to take a seat. So 14 is down, 17 is in. Big Mo will come in for the Englishman. So early opportunity here to stretch some defense for the new substitutes. But it looks like they're going to throw Mo up top. So he's going to stay and pressure that back line, keep them honest, while Valdosta has a throw deep in Tallahassee territory here in the 61st minute. A little bit of 1-2 on the throw-in. Now long ball going back post. Dealt with by Chetry. Overlapping run there from Jerry. Trying to clear out a danger. Long ball going direct in the area for Mo. It'll be settled back down here by Valdosta. Tried to thread it through, sought out well by Ciafini. Nice challenge by him in the defensive half for Tallahassee. Now Valdosta getting it back into the offensive side of the field. Sprawling effort by Bennett Mitchell. Knocks it out of play, and it looks like we have a substitution coming here. Goalkeeper for Tallahassee, Eric DeCoke, going to come in. Number 1 here for Marcos.
Good showing by Marcos. Leaves with a clean sheet on the evening. DeCoke, it's up to you to keep that going, buddy.
Absolutely.
Don't let your teammate down.
I wish there was a common expression like a bullpen adage you'd use for baseball, right? If the bullpen can get the save. But as far as I'm aware of, Ben, no frequently used term here as the ref wants to have a conversation with DeCoke.
Hopefully DeCoke doesn't have to make any saves.
Looks like, is it a necklace? Yeah, Santiago is going to give him some help. Don't want the necklace here, so they're going to take that out. Just throw it behind the bench, I guess. As we have Valdosta going through with the opportunity to steal a little water break. And DeCoke's just going to put it there in the near post. You better keep an eye on that. Make sure.
Yeah, don't
None
forget
of
that after the game.
Either that or the Valdosta players might snatch it there on a set play if he's looking away and not going towards it. We've seen that in the professional ranks from football players snatching some chains here. Never seen it in lower league soccer, but the more I'm around, the less I'm surprised by the interesting developments of lower league. Ellisteen, long ball, looking to go direct here for Mitchell down the near sideline, and the former Leon line trying to get it back for central position. Nice little 1-2, tries to turn the corner. They say play on. Centering ball gets through, but sought out by Valdosta. Secondary challenge at the top of the box will give way to the visitors, and they will calmly dump it out of play, but it'll be a TSC throw-in here on the near side. Of course, in an attacking position, an opportunity to push forward. So we have another substitution pending. For Valdosta this time. It's going to be into the game. Was it number 6?
Yes.
Duvergel into the match here for Valdosta. Long ball is going to be cut out here by Tallahassee. Ellisteen into Sanchez. Looking to turn out of it. Still has Ellisteen in the middle of the park, but they'll look to build up. Cycle back through. Here to Bennett Mitchell. Ciafini squared it off. New substitute. I believe first touch is there for George Roberts. On the park, it's going to be pushed through here. Heavy contact there with Sanchez, and they're going to hold this one back. Sanchez adjusts his cleats. He's talking to the ref. He said, "What's going on here?"
It's quite an introduction to the game.
Yeah.
First action, foul someone.
Got to get the rust off, you know. Keep on churning. So Ciafini will have a free kick, 45-ish yards from goal here widthwise outside the 18-yard box. So quite the distance to the back post where the Battle Lions have 4 set up there. Nice ball is going to get in the area of Mo. Secondary ball falls down to Mizua for Valdosta. Chop down. Ooh, Ciafini going down to scoop at the head. Nice little behind the back here for Santiago. And they're going to hold up play. And that's tough. The referee wants to give out a warning.
You can give out that warning later. It doesn't need to come right now.
Yeah, would have liked advantage there, truly.
Yeah, to call that back and then not even give a card is something.
Yeah. So Ciafino take another free kick. He'll put this one on the ground. Going in this way to Hunter. He's looking for some movement as Tallahassee getting a little stagnant here as we settle into the 66th minute. We get into that final third of the match here. Impressive effort so far. Looking to finish strong. But Valdosta, I think solid showing from them. As you look just at the table or at max fixtures, and you thought Tallahassee was going to put a big one on them, but I think largely they fought strongly here on the road. And they were able to get a little scouting report last time, so they have a little bit of a feel. Obviously, a lot of different personnel that we've gotten back, a lot of our collegiate boys coming back into town, or our new arrivals getting shipped into town. So did not have a lot of these players when we were up at Valdosta. Ciafini thought about it from 35. Sanchez, Elistine, got Mo in the middle. Ciafini there, Jerry on the back post. Needs some help. Mitchell coming in for some reinforcements. Able to beat his man. Goes straight for frame and keeper up to the task there.
Yeah, we've seen Tallahassee have some success in that near post, so why not try another shot that way?
Yep. Go for it. Good step in by Ciafini. Back to Elistine. Mo, Elistine trying to curl it in on that back post.
I think that took out someone's food over at the food stand.
Dang. Yeah, over there at the Sugar Fix. Might have taken down that Hawaiian Ice. That's a sad day at the old soccer field if you lose the Fix. Got a couple food trucks going on there. Got walk and roll tacos here earlier today, but I think they sold out in Jumptown. They sold their allotment here as we have a substitution Guy into the game here for your Battle Lions. Ciafini, nice day's work. He will take a seat. Ciafini, like his aggression, his distribution, he's been a fun player to watch here for Tallahassee. Of course, he's part of that Mount St. Mary's bundle.
We're collecting them.
There you go. Yeah, our first break into the state of Maryland as far as personnels. Of course, by way of reference from Coach Teach, from a former opponent, Columbus, who was in the league last year. Of course, they've gone on to different ventures. Both of us departing from the MPSL. We went the League for Gloves. They went USL2, as most of their package of teams did. Chetri, another one of those Columbus players. All the Mount St. Mary's boys on that team. It made an impressive run in their first year as a franchise. Back post! Looking for it with Santiago. He was looking to flip out again, Ben. That one just off the back corner.
Yeah, I was looking to get a repeat goal off the header. Just unfortunately needed to head it straight and instead got it a little sideways.
Yeah, the back post has been tough for our boys here tonight on those set plays. 3 or 4 opportunities with them, but I think the delivery is what you like. Whoever's taking it, Chetri, as well as the other servers that we've seen out here today. Ciafini, take from 25. Sanchez still hungry for one from distance. That will be saved here by Valdosta as we get into minute number 70.
Yeah, good crack from distance. Like to see some players crashing, maybe as a Tallahassee, some of our newer players realize that we're going to start taking shots from long, and the keeper, because he spilled that one. If someone was there on the rebound, maybe could have gotten it. So hopefully we'll see Tallahassee adjust and get that 5th goal that the battalion so craves.
There you go. There you go. Of course, I was thinking of the previous matchup where Pensacola put 9 on Valdosta earlier this season, so it made me think, hey, what's that Pensacola score? The Academy still leads Gaffa FC 2-0, and that's minute 52 from what we can see over there. They're over on the National Soccer Network, so if you go over the National NSN YouTube page, you can look them up, tune into that game, maybe perhaps listen to it on your way back after this one is final. Of course, we had the Battle of the Bay also upcoming, and Gulf Coast also in the mix. The senior team for Pensacola traveling to Gulf Coast. Elistine back on the ball. Gui, Mo, centering ball, 6 yards out, taken down, contact in the box. And Valdosta clears. Mo's still down here. He's about 10 yards out in the middle. Both players involved in the collision on the ground.
Yeah, certainly hope both of them are okay. I'd like to see a replay of that. I thought there was not a lot of ball on that from the defender, but maybe the replay will say otherwise.
Yeah, because he was coming back through it. It was tough with the angle to see how much of Mo he got, but the ball carried the direction that the defender was coming, which makes you think he got some ball to it, but definitely a heavy challenge. I mean, both players down after the track. Mo seems to be back up here as we're going to get looks like a formal water break being played out here from Gene Cox Stadium. And, of course, a healthy reminder from the PA announcer, the big one, coming up on Wednesday here. Old Glory, the game of games, the Panhandle pressure cooker, the Capital City Choral, the Coastal Coronator, the four-syllable fray, the Mega Ball, Game of Games, the Dream Catcher, the Impacted Molar. Goes by many names here, Ben. But the importance of this rivalry series is paramount to basically anything that you can accomplish here on the lower league scene.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Tallahassee especially, finally got that win on the road. But let's get a win for our home fans Wednesday night. People, get out here to the Gene. Get on our live stream. Whatever you're doing Wednesday night, cancel it.
Plans.
You're watching Tallahassee, Pensacola.
There you go. Plans canceled. Great call there, Ben. Should be a big one. Tallahassee was able to pick up their first ever road victory early this season, so they have the advantage. I have been told on good authority that if needed, of course, Tallahassee won the previous match by 1 goal. If needed, if Pensacola were to win the game by 1 goal, the official ruling in the regular season book would be a win for Pensacola, right? But I have it on good authority that the two teams having engaged in a gentleman's agreement that if needed, a tiebreaker for the cup will be initialized on scene Wednesday night. Of course, more details to come if we go that way, but we're not going to away goals. We're not going to some silly shenanigans here for the tiebreaker of the cup. We want it settled on the field like it has the previous 4 seasons. So going the real deal for these squads, Ben. It's not a game out here. This is the real deal.
Yep. Like I was just saying, why would you have any plans on Wednesday? It's already a big game, and now you don't know what's going to happen if Pensacola gets a 1-0 win.
Of course,
what more drama could you want?
There you go. Absolutely. Of course, if you asked me, Ben, and I was answering honestly, I would probably, if you could only have one or the other, I would probably take the 850 Cup over a league championship at this point, especially given the nature of the elusive one. Through ball looking for Mo, and the speedster almost connects with that one. Cycled through, and that's what we saw last year from Mo. Wreaking havoc in the opponent's box, generating some speed. Really the attacking third. Dangerous player. Really fun to watch here for Tallahassee. Good to see him getting some run on the back line.
Yeah, great run there and great vision to see that pass. If you watch it on the replay, he was well behind the defensive line as now we have another up.
Oh, there's Mo again. Once again, those darting diagonal runs. That's what he does. Dangerous areas. Good service by Lucas Giacomini, of course, fresh back from his suspension last game against Mobile. After the double yellow out in Pensacola for the celebration. So you kind of can't fault him there for that game winner for Braden Paul, but also tough. But great to see Lucas back in the action here. Fantastic ball. So we'll get him some some reps down the stretch, have him freshened up for the big one on Wednesday. Deflection, Jerry from distance! And it's becoming a theme now. Jerry does it again on the deflection. It's a TSC goal! And a celebration to match. And the showman, he's becoming somewhat of the Charleston Chipper, if you will, Ben. And the West Virginia man, 2 shots from distance, like a sand wedge out of the rough. That one catches a little body and finds himself in the back of the net.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's only got 2 goals on the season. We say only 2. That's not too far off the Golden Boot League.
Look out!
And but I think it's safe to say that on the team he has the longest average distance for goals. I believe he's averaging about 30 yards.
Yeah. The other one was 43. That one was about 25. So he's probably closer to about a 35 yard mark. But yeah, Jerry, of course, gets the people going, and the showman with the embellished Cristiano celebration. Guiz Galus, off the woodwork here on the front post. Unkind from the hometown iron here as Jetry from distance.
It's like a driving range out there.
Yeah, my goodness. Fwing, 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 fwing. In rapid succession. Blood in the water. The battle lines smell it. Deflection off the head of a Valdosta player. Turns into a through ball for them, and he goes down over on that far side. The ref doesn't even see him.
Yeah, hopefully the ref stops play. Those are scary.
Yeah. And, of course, head injury. That's a point of emphasis there. Player ready to go back up. Training staff here from Tallahassee. TOC, shout out to Tallahassee Orthopedic. My goodness, can't talk. Tallahassee Orthopedic Center. Done a fantastic job. Longtime partner here of your Tallahassee Soccer Club, and it's one of the recent substitutes, Duvangel, the one slow to get up. So you see the player over on the far side towards midfield. He might be bleeding, though. Anything with head injuries, they're very, very cautious with that. So he might have to get a quick analysis while we have the stop to make sure he's not concussed, and they sort everything out. Here's we're minute 79. As it looks like Valdosta will temporarily go a man down. Tallahassee looking to make a change. Caleb Gaines, number 9, looking to come in for the Battle Lions. We have anybody out there? It's been out there the whole ride. Looks like they're going to take Chetry off here, so they're going to throw Gaines forward a little bit.
I think Bennett Mitchell has been out there the whole time.
And, of course, the center backs, they're solid back there. Lock them down. They'll probably go full bore here. As Caleb Gaines into the mix for your Battle Lions. Once again, resume play over out of the back. As it looks like we got the all clear, so good to see as Duvangel sauntering back in to play here. So we got the green light, everything cool for him, which you like to see. 80th minute here as we get ready to cascade into minute 81 down the stretch. Valdosta throwing over on the far side after it gets spilled out. Towering blast into the stands there. Bazue. Jerry with a little extra bounce in the step. That's the kind of sabermetrics we need to get into, Ben, as far as goal distances.
I thought you were going to say something about steps.
No. I mean, also would be interesting. You get into work rate and stuff like that you see in the professional levels. As the humidity's settling in here, we're getting fogged out here in the press box, Ben. Field progressively getting harder to see.
Gonna have to get my my high-tech windshield wipers, and by that I mean my rain jacket.
State of the art. So Hunter back here. Some touches from Giacomini. Through to Mo. Service looking for Gui. Elistine also on the back there. Tallahassee still churning here in the 82nd minute. Here comes Mo. Full sprint from midfield. Tried to lock this one in on the pressure. Caleb Gaines going to backtrack. Spun out of it is George Roberts. Center and ball to Gui. Slides through, but he's able to cover nicely. Off to Elistine. Underlapping run there. Looking for Giacomini, but the old turf monster gets him. Full stretch is going to go right down Main Street here. Stays in play, but of course we'll get pulled back for a foul. This may be a card, and they're going to get Hunter on the hook.
Yeah, that no arguments for me on that yellow card.
So, yep, yellow card there for Hunter and Tallahassee. I believe that was the first one for the good guys here tonight.
Correct.
And, of course, we're keeping an eye, and we told you there was a miscommunication that we had with the league on the yellow card accumulation rules. Of course, sometimes when you throw things through text that gets lost in translation, but it is not 2 yellow cards that get you the infractions. So we're still working on what I believe is a 4 yellow card accumulation rule. So we'll keep an eye on Hunter going forward. This one's going to be dug out here by Tallahassee after the free kick. So we go to minute 83, chested down and headed onward by Vickers. Speaking of yellow, he's also working on yellow with Hunter. Rudolph is going to spin out of this one. Giacomini. Referee gives him a caution as well. Everybody's pretty much got to be on caution at this point. Physical contest. Many conversations had this evening as we're in minute 84. Twisting, towering shot there by Nazua of Valdosta go off and out of play. As DeCoke hasn't really seen much action since he had to take off the chain once he came into the game for the substitution. Quiet night back there in purple for DeCoke.
Yeah, I was just thinking, oh, right, we made a goalkeeping substitution. There's been so little action at that end of the field.
Don't forget, our guy Eric's putting in some good work back there. Just because he's not taking any shots doesn't mean he's not doing what he needs to do.
Well, that's why he left that chain on. He knew Tallahassee was going to play so well that the camera wasn't even going to see him, so he's like, I want to get as much time on camera as possible.
Yes. Hey, you got to build the brand, man. I respect the hustle. This one's going to be locked in here by Tallahassee. Gaines on the far side. Center of the park taken away by Valdosta. Played on the ground through to Nazua. And they'll cycle back long over the top. And it's going to be spilled out over the head there by Jerry. Flicked on by Guay. And back on top of it for Valdosta, who still is looking pretty fresh. For a lot of these bodies, you can see a couple of these youngsters for Valdosta promising for the future here for VFC as they continue to grow. Really pretty young roster that they have out here. I believe it's the 3rd youngest roster in the league. And we actually did some digging here this week, and we have some information here on the youngest roster. Of course, as you would think, Pensacola Academy is going to be the youngest with an average player age of 19 years and 148 days. But these two teams here, Tallahassee and Valdosta, 2 and 3 youngest squads in the league. Of course, the Wiley vets are Sowegans from just north of the border. Played through. Here's Roberts. Contact here from 23 yards out. Has a little hip check there. Little hockey move. Here in the 86th minute. So we're coming down on the swan song here from Tallahassee South Side. Your Battle Lions with a 5-0 advantage. Looking to ride off into the sunset.
But not just yet. Still 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Why not get 6?
The way Sanchez is setting this up, there's no way he's not going to goal right now. I don't know that he's even looked beyond the wall in the center of the park, even how many players are in there. He's going for that near post on the backside, and it'll swerve out here, minute 87, off and out of play.
Yeah, couldn't quite get the curl on it that he was looking for on that shot.
It's tougher to do than you would think on a set play on turf, because it's not like natural grass where you can kind of manipulate it and get yourself underneath of it a little bit.
Yeah, particularly from that angle, that's more on that side. That's more of a lefty's angle as well.
Coming back into the park, cycled around. Jerry getting some touches in the midfield circle. Santiago spins out of it. Gui, Jerry, Santiago, all some touches on the defensive half. Taken away by Nazua, who's still got quite the spring in his step. He's one of the more energetic and adventurous players we've seen here from Valdosta in the second half. Giving them some opportunities, threaded through, goes all the way to Mo up here at midfield. Tallahassee was back defensively. And it'll be a free kick just on the offensive side as we have a warming up substitute coming in for Valdosta. Christian Bravo, number 13, on standby. Hopefully he gets an opportunity. Sometimes you wonder when you get these substitutions in after like minute 87, minute 88. Like if the ball doesn't go out of play, they might just be standing there and not getting into the game. But he's into the stat sheets here as Bravo comes into the match. Going to be headed, it looks like, for a midfield role. Gui service on out to Giacomini. And the big man with some service out to the youngster, Elistine, carving inside the box, looking for some service. Mo Sanchez, and on the back, he's got Roberts, deflected out initially here by Valdosta, calmly dealt with. Randolph heads it out of danger. Valdosta now looking to build the counterattack, but Hunter in great position. A little triangle soccer here for Tallahassee. Elistine with the let to Mo, and a little bit of a heavy touch will be off and out of play. So the spill of possession is driving out of here just like the sugar fix. Looks like the day is done here for our Hawaiian Ice snow cone truck. Great service here for the sugar fix as always. Hopefully that customer got that freebie back after they're getting the snow cone blasted out of their hands with that one wayward shot.
Yeah, they're probably leaving because they saw the way Tallahassee was just peppering the goal with shots. And it's like, God, we're going to run out of shaved ice. We're going to knock it out of people's hands left and right.
We can't do that. Headed out of danger here. Tallahassee throwing the near side. Elistine, 3 battle lines in the area, but in no rush. We'll let Giacomini take the throw in here as we get into minute 89. So throw in goes over the end line. Here's Tallahassee. Tried to play a little small ball, as it were. Back to a goal kick for Valdosta. Now we'll get into the 90th minute. Probably not much stoppage time in the book here from what we've seen. Threads through. There's Nazua trying to make some danger here. Mata as well. Impressive here on the front line, giving chase. It's an interesting core that they're building in Valdosta. Really excited to see the development. We see kind of the area blossoming as a shield off here by Giacomini. Circles back. Long ball is going to be dissuaded here by Valdosta. I thought I heard a 2 minutes from the PA announcer for the pause there, so good to know. 2 minutes stoppage time upcoming. There's an opportunity here for Tallahassee. Close, but not close enough.
Little look off into the distance there from Mo, wondering what could have been.
Yes, about 90 seconds left in this game. Scoreboard watching out west. Pensacola Academy still leads GAFA 2-0. So it looks like out in the west, I think the Academy could go top of the table on points per match here. We'll have to keep an eye on our Western squads of the divisional split. Coming into the game, they were third at that 1.4 mark, but this will be their 6th match, which should rocket them up, potentially jumping Union 10, who's got a battle of the Bay against Mobile. So especially if the Azalea City, the other Azalea City, takes that one, could make things interesting out west.
So, you know, we've got the 850 Cup. Do you think they have the Azalea Cup?
That would be a good question. I'm interested. Flower Cup. Reminds me of Mario Kart.
Ooh, looks like maybe a hamstring issue.
For a player in the middle here, I believe it's Vega. Springy midfielder for Valdosta. Yeah, see if we can't thread on through here as we go to the old League for Clubs website, scouring this for some potential updates for scores. And we'll have the final whistle with the injured player, so hoping Vega's good to go there and it's not serious. Here's where all final. From Gamecock Stadium, 5-0. Feels pretty indicative of the action, Ben. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd say so. Tallahassee always had the better of this game. You know, Valdosta, like we've said, they started bunkering, quickly gave up the 2 goals, tried to push forward and get back into the game, but they never really created the attacking chances, and as they pushed forward, left more space in behind. Tallahassee was able to take advantage, and yes, I would agree. 5-0 is a fair reflection of the contest.
Okay, once again, goals by Chetri, Sato, Santiago, Elistine, and Jerry Zayua. Here, minute 19, 22, 43, 48, and 77 here. So Tallahassee getting a jump in the old goal differential. Here, Ben, going to go from 14 to 19, so it's going to make Pensacola earn it out west here today. And so temporarily, live table has Tallahassee going top on raw points, still with a game in hand. Well, still level on games now with Pensacola.
Yeah, and that would mean that Pensacola would need to beat Gulf Coast United by the exact same scoreline to retake the lead. But forget all of that. Let's settle it on the field on Wednesday night again.
Yes.
7 p.m. Wednesday night. Where are you going to be but Gamecock Stadium or here on our live stream? Wherever you are, make sure you are watching this game. It is the one to watch.
Absolutely. La Copa Grande, the big kahuna. It's going to be an exciting one, as it always is. Of course, because the hardware is going to be on the table. You can see it. We blurred it because it's almost off into the distance. The beauty, you can't really look at it directly, Ben. You kind of have to give it a little side-eye perspective. You don't want the beauty of it all to hurt your positioning there. So, as we go forward, let's take a recap of the table. So, Valdosta with the defeat, they're going to stay down there in 9th. Like we said, Tallahassee will jump up. Now having 5 matches played, 15 points now in the book, will jump top of the table. Pensacola will need a 5-0 victory to snatch that back by the end of the night as we put a bow on the weekend's action. No games tomorrow, so all business to be settled here tonight for the weekend slate. Of course, like we said, Wednesday, the next match here for your Tallahassee boys. This is what the divisional split that we were referencing is, because ultimately, though it's cool to look at the table, and we like to see all 9 teams respectively, ultimately it's going to come down to this. It's going to come down to matches on the west and the east. So we have GAFA, Union 10, the Academy for Pensacola, Gulf Coast, Mobile. Over in the west, on the east side, it's Tallahassee, Pensacola, Sweegans, Valdosta. So that's what the flow is looking like. Currently, Tallahassee's going to hold serve at 3 points per match. Obviously, this was beginning of the day, so we have not included there. These aren't live. But just to kind of give you a picture of where we're operating at, Tallahassee going strong in the east and will go a really long way if they're able to take down Pensacola here at home. with the full 3. They put themselves completely in the driver's seat here in the East.
Yeah, they really have. Again, we can't stress enough, you need to be watching this game, but also something to watch. Again, we don't have the live totals from Pensacola, but they currently have the conference's Golden Boot leader, Bruno Marquez, on 6 goals and Josiah Fontenot on 5. But Connor Perry's sitting right there at 4. Something else to watch. Maybe he can be the hero on Wednesday night to give Tallahassee the 850 Cup, the lead at the top of the conference, and give himself the Golden Boot.
Whoa, the Triple Crown, Ben, to some. Of course, a reminder that this is why it's the elusive one, Ben. Similar plays here, all Pensacola's way. So, chasing after the 850 Cup. Reminder, Wednesday, you got to get out here down to the Gene. The trophy will be on hand, will be awarded here. Like we said, the last 4 years gone to Pensacola. We won it. Coach wants it. Talked to him earlier this season, and he said he wants it so bad this year. And you can feel a lot of the boys, they were able to get the upper hand. So it's a 2-leg aggregate Champions League style situation that we have here for the Cup with the home and away match with Pensacola. Wednesday, 7 p.m. And if you absolutely have something insane that's preventing you from getting here, of course, you can tune into the live stream here at Tallahassee Soccer Club YouTube on the NSN, or, of course, in the Tallahassee area. Shout out to our partners at 93.3 Real Talk Radio, WVFT, for coming aboard with us, that we have lost our radio audience here for the evening. We will catch them, of course, next time. They'll be ready to go here for the 850 Cup finale between Tallahassee and Pensacola. So there we go, Ben. That's all we got here for tonight's matchup. Any closing words before we ride off into the sunset?
Just that, obviously the goals of the highlight. We got some good backflips out there, some good celebrations. Hopefully see more of those on Wednesday. Usually we talk about player of the game. Let's talk a little backflip of the game. I'm thinking Ellis Steen is my winner for that, because he had a one-footed landing.
All right, absolutely. Well done. Well done. So good stuff. I will go ahead and put a bow on this one here. Of course, for those watching the scoreboard, keep an eye on these matches. Of course, we have the Academy and GAFA, which should be final any moment now. But then, of course, a couple other games that will affect the standings. Mobile and Gulf Coast United hosting Union 10 and Pensacola, respectively. Here for the rest of the Gulf Coast Conference matchup. Of course, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you on Wednesday after just